Hi, my name is Ray Michaelonis, and I've been in the stem cell nutrition now for almost 12 years. I started in May, and how I got into it, really I got into it for the business because a friend of mine I met from another business had sworn off network marketing, and he says, I'll never do this again. And then he found Stem Enhance. And his girlfriend's cat had kidney problems, and when they gave it to the cat, the veterinary couldn't believe it was the same cat. So anyway, it all started back in 2007, and ever since then, it's been a journey up and down, like any of these kind of businesses. You get out of it what you put into it. And my personal testimony, I didn't have anything wrong with me at the time, but about 4 months later, I was exercising or trying to compete with my son doing squats, and nothing happened there. But later on, something happened. I twisted something, and I had a huge sciatic nerve problem that was feeling like a bee was stinging my butt, and the whole leg was hurting the whole time, and I was on a trip. I couldn't get chiropractic. But in 5 months' time, chiropractic helped restore everything to normal. But it took a while, but that's how stem cells work. It was better than getting surgery. That's what I figured out. And then I was like the top recruiter in the original company for the first 2 years in a row because I had networked with people that actually knew a lot more people than I did, and I took advantage of that. And my business grew, but it didn't grow like a networking business, but it was growing with customers. So here we go, 11 years later, I'm making money, but I'm not making that much. And I happened to run across a person who I knew from before, and I was a customer regarding the Money Masters. I bought the series back in 1998, and I reached out to a man named Bill Still. And I didn't really know him, and he didn't know me, but we talked, and he decided to get some product, and he had issues with his shoulders and that kind of thing. I said, well, it could help with that. And then he got the product, and I checked back one time. He got it. He was taking it, but no real big results at the time. And about 6 weeks later, I found out what had happened, and I get a call on a Saturday morning, and Bill said, yeah, this stuff really does work, and he can tell you the story himself. I'm not going to go into it. It's personal. But he says, you can support my YouTube channel, and he'll do all the commercials, and I do all the work. And it's been a great situation for me and for my sponsor because he's really a technical guy. You've probably already met him, John Kennedy from New Zealand. We've known each other for over 11 years, and we work really well together. I can't ask for a better sponsor to work with. And that's our team, is that there's John and me and Bill, and we all work together to help deliver some technology that most people have never really heard of. But it's worth looking into because the stuff really does work. And we've had some great examples of what it does. Let's see, what was my latest one? Oh, geez. Okay. This is the basics that I tell everybody when I talk to them on the phone. We have everything in common. You and I have the same things in common. We all have a mom and a dad. Then there's the sperm and the egg, and then there's the baby. Then we grow. Stem cells get released, and they max out around age 21. Aging starts around 28, and then by the time we're 50 years old, we're only releasing half as many stem cells as we did when we were 20. So if you remember what it was like when you were 20, you know it's not the same today. When you turn 65, it's even less. It's only about a 10% release. So I tell people, I says, look, this is not going to take you back to 20, but it might take you back 20 years if you use this product on a consistent basis. And when we get into issues and everything like that, some people are going to tell me, well, I'm doing these vitamins, or I'm doing this juice, or some kind of supplement they're taking. I said, great. At least you're doing something. I said, pick your favorite one. They're all fertilizer. You put fertilizer on your grass, it makes it look good. You got to mow it more often. I have a fire pit in my backyard, and I use my leaf blower. It's really fun. It gets really hot. There's no lawn around it at all. If you put fertilizer on bare ground, it is not going to restore your lawn. So that's the difference in the categories of nutrition products, fertilizer and seed. And all Stem Enhance does is it releases that seed you have in your bone marrow naturally that's not getting out as you get older. So that's the beauty of it all. So my own personal situation just recently, and I never expected this, but they say sitting is the new smoking. And for the last 4 years, I was just kind of sitting around and working on my computer, not exercising like I used to. And when I was in the convention in Las Vegas, that I got a chance to meet Bill Still personally. He thought I was having pneumonia because I was coughing a lot and everything. And when I finally got home, I measured myself. My oxygen level was less than 80%. My friend picked me up at the airport. My wife was mad because I drove home. She says, "You could have passed out." Well, and I drove home anyway. So then I went to the ReadyCare place to get a X-ray, and they said, "Oh, you got more going on than we can deal with." So they sent me to emergency. Long story short, when I went in, they said, "You've had 2 heart attacks." I never felt them, but they said, "You're past stent level. We've got to do a bypass." So that's what they ended up doing. And the area where I found Stem Enhance really helpful is you don't know when something bad's going to happen to you. It happens to a lot of people. My son's a PA in cardiac thoracic surgery, and they're all in the medical thing, and they're saying, "Oh, don't take any supplements, don't do this, don't do that, just take your drugs." So I did that for 2 weeks. Once I got my numbers and I knew what my blood thinner numbers were, they call it INR, I was able to start taking product because it has a little bit of vitamin K in it. And I start taking like 2 capsules, and then I go to 4, and my numbers started going up, which meant my blood was getting thinner. So I ended up taking 12 capsules a day because I wanted to defeat the opportunity. They wanted to put a pacemaker into me if I didn't have the right amount of blood being pumped out by the heart. So in 4 weeks' time, I've been able to walk 2 miles in 40 minutes. And then I went in for an echocardiogram. I get a call back from the cardiologist. He says, "Oh, your ejection fraction is 40%. You don't need to wear the vest anymore," which is like carrying a motorcycle battery on your shoulder for 6 weeks, because that's what turns on the defibrillation paddles that are in the vest. And I was so happy. And I was so happy that I could still work with Bill Still, because that's really where it's really fun. This business is a fun business, especially if you can help people overcome things that they never thought they could actually fix in their life. So, I mean, I've had bad stuff happen to me, and I didn't know what was going to happen, but this product has helped me recover. And I hear so many stories from people, and some of them almost make me cry, some of the examples that I get. And it's so fun. And if you take the opportunity, especially this month we have a special that's going on. It's called March Madness. And anyone that's bought a wholesale package, you have the opportunity to share this product with friends, relatives, enemies, whoever. And if they decide to get the same package deal, the company will reward you with a really generous advertising bonus. So it's an opportunity you don't want to pass up, because it's just there. It's free money, basically, and you're going to help somebody. What else was I going to say now? And for those of you that just bought a bottle to try it, a lot of times, some people will actually buy a second bottle to try it again, and that's just not enough, because you don't know how bad you've been, and it takes sometimes, most people, we tell them it's a 6 months to 12 months process, because look how long you've been without good nutrition. And that way you give a really good fair shake. And if you're just on a retail or preferred customer basis, now's the time to upgrade to the wholesale package, because it's the best deal I've ever seen. And it's something that will actually help you share it with other people, because it's not about the money. It's really about helping people. The money comes when you take care of other people. And we have examples of that in our organization. And if you are part of the Bill Still organization like I am, I can promise you it's going to be a great time. It's fun. We try to support everybody's efforts that wants to share this with other people, and spread the word, because there's nothing else on the market that does what this does. So you can take all that fertilizer you want, that's great, but you got to have some seed to start replacing some of the things that have worn out on you. That's my story. I don't know if there's anything else you want to know, but you can always give me a call. Here's the best part. You probably see some of these pictures behind me. Some of them are my customers or people that I know. And I usually try to end this. I ask guys especially, I says, the way this product works is, have you ever thrown gasoline on a fire when you were younger? And most of them say, or they're afraid to admit it, but yeah. It's like, boom. When you take this product It's just like throwing gasoline on a fire. Your stem cells, just boom, you get 35% within an hour from the time you take it. So, if any of you have thrown gasoline on a fire, you know what I'm talking about. It's really fun. So, anyway, keep that in mind. That's what Stem Enhance does. It helps your body recover, and it's not an overnight thing, although some people, they feel it like the very first day. But that's not always normal for most people. But if you do, it's a good thing. Enjoy. And call me if you have any questions. Okay, I forgot to mention one thing. When I talk to people that have filled out the form and everything like that, and I call them, and a lot of people are in their 60s, 70s, even their 80s. They're on fixed incomes. They really want the product. Maybe they can only afford one bottle. And I'm thinking, if you're on a fixed income, you can actually start with one bottle of this product and start sharing. There's no reason why anyone cannot afford this product if they really put their mind to it. I mean, we're not a charity organization, but we do help people, and everybody knows 20, 30 people that they can actually influence, and then all they have to do is give us a call, and we work with them on the phone together, and we'll do a three-way call and answer questions, because not everyone's in a fixed income, not everyone's in bad shape, and that's a way of showing that you care about other people by at least introducing them to a concept and then using the talent and the skills that you have available to you, myself or John Kennedy or even his sponsor, who's she's a naturopath. The only problem is they're in a different time zone. They're on the other side of the world, so we have to call them at a special time. But nevertheless, we have this talent that's available to answer questions, and using product for 6 months can change somebody's life for the best. So, fixed incomes, there's not an excuse there. We just want to help people get as much out of this as possible. The company's generous, and they offer great support.